G'day everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we put these three fine kettles up against each other to see which is the best for your V60 experience. This is not a paid promotion. I own all these kettles, so let's get into it. So here we have the humble Hario. Now this is the first kettle that I bought a few years back when I was owning my V60 skills. It's very simple to operate, on-off switch, temperature control and keep warm function. It goes as low as 60 degrees and as high as 96 degrees. So in terms of build quality, Hario make fantastic stuff. This kettle is no exception. It's going to last forever. Now this kettle actually has the fastest flow rate out of the three that we're looking at today, and that's because of its wide diameter gooseneck. Now, that's not necessarily desirable in terms of preparation of your V60, but if you're patient enough with it, you can teach yourself really good flow control with this kettle. So here we have the Barista Artisan series in black. Now this is a feature-packed kettle compared to something like the Hario. Not only do we have all the features that we want out of a pour-over kettle, which is variable temperature and keep warm function, we also have a dedicated boil button, so it will negate any temperature you've set and just boil the kettle. We have a timer, which is good if your scales don't have a timer on them for when you're making your V60. And we also have an automatic on-off function, so you could fill it up and set it to say 6 AM, and then you can go to bed, and if your alarm goes off at 6 AM, you'll have a fresh boiled kettle for when you get out of bed. Pouring from this kettle is a lot easier than something like the Hario that we just looked at. The gooseneck is a lot slimmer and the angle is a lot nicer to pour from. However, if you choose to go from something like the Hario to something like this, you're going to have to spend time readjusting because it's always different going from one kettle to another. Now onto our final kettle that we have here today. It is the Stag EKG by Fellow. I have a review of this kettle on its own just up here. So right now we'll just give a quick overview. The Stag has the same feature set as the Hario. However, Fellow have a reputation for super high build quality, and that really shows in this kettle because it really is a lovely kettle to use. Now the gooseneck size sits in between the Barista and the Hario. However, the angle is really where the thought has gone into on this kettle. So you're able to get a lot more flow manipulation than out of the other two kettles that we've looked at today. But before we go, now on to probably the most outstanding thing about this kettle. We're going to play some Snake. All right, everyone, thank you very much for joining me on this kettle review. I really do believe that looking at the kettle that you use really impacts your V60 experience. So if you found this informative, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.